Ladies and gentlemen, firearm background checks are at record breaking numbers this year. So, this came out on NPR July 2nd, 2020. Amid protests and virus fears, firearm background check hits an all time high. In a year marked by coronavirus fears, a slowing economy, and nationwide protests calling for the end to systematic racism, more and more Americans are looking to arm themselves, according to a key government indicator. The FBI reported that Americans set a new record of 3.9 million background checks to purchase or possess firearms in June. That eclipsed the previous record set in March. It was at this past March 3.7 million background checks. I was looking at that a little earlier, but this time of coronavirus, this stuff is exploding now. In fact, 7 of 10 highest weeks for the National Instant Background Check system, which is run by the FBI and was launched in 1998, have come this year. This includes the first 4 weeks in June. Illinois registered the highest number of background checks in a single month, with 706,404. That state was followed by Kentucky with 395,188, and Texas 227,232, Florida 210,415. California rounded out the top 5 background checks with 158,349. By comparison, Washington, D.C. had 897 for the month of June, while Hawaii tailed at 1,660 background checks. Vermont had 4,920, according to FBI data. Civil unrest, rioting, looting, and calls to defund the police are unquestionably motivating factors of why this trend is increasing. Mark Oliva of the National Shooting Sports Foundation, a firearm industry trade association. Americans are right to be concerned for their personal safety. It's entirely reasonable that law-abiding citizens are exercising their constitutional right to purchase a firearm to protect themselves, he said in a written statement to NPR. NSSF own figures, which it said are adjusted to reflect the background checks that are coded for the sale of a firearm, showed that June 2020 represents a 135.7% increase compared to June 2019. Well, things were what they called normal back in June 2019, but see, somebody like me will tell you it hasn't been normal here in 500 years. But that's my opinion. For years, the gun lobby has marketed guns using baseless, unwarranted, and exaggerated fear. Fear of crime, fear of the government, even fear of a zombie apocalypse, said David Chipman, a senior policy advisor at Gifford, which promotes gun control. There is no doubt that this is driving the record-breaking surge in gun sales we've seen over the last few months in the country, he told NPR. Chris Brown, the president of Brady, which is focused on ending gun violence, said pro-gun groups, and they're talking about racist overtones and all of this manifesting itself at this time of coronavirus, and you see a surge. Now, what I would like to see is the racial breakdown of these folks that are getting guns, and also even by sex, how many women are getting these guns opposed to men. It would have been nice if they were a little more thorough in that area. Okay. That this month, during a month where we saw nationwide peaceful demonstrations against police violence and gun violence inflicted on Black Americans and other people of color in this country, cannot go overlooked, Brown said in a statement to NPR. She added that bringing a firearm into the home does not necessarily make it more secure, and pointed out that unattended shootings claim hundreds of lives annually. Gun sales do not precisely correspond with the number of background checks. Multiple guns can be sold to a single check, and many checks are conducted for purposes other than sales, such as a permit application. As the Trace pointed out, the federal government does not track firearm sales, it added, so the FBI figures provide the best available proxy for firearm commerce. The system does not account for private gun sales, which do not require a background check in some states. Research from Small Arm Analytics, a firm that studies the economics of small firearms and ammunition markets, estimated the FBI June figure translated into roughly 2.4 million unit sales. NPR last year, the federal government background check system functions much the same way as it has since it was first established. When a person wants to purchase a firearm, a federally licensed gun dealer contacts the system, and typically within a few minutes, the federal investigators begin looking for indicators to approve or deny the purchase. If additional research need to be conducted, the purchase can be delayed up to 3 business days. If those investigators cannot complete the additional background check within 3 days, the firearm transfer can go through in what is known as a default proceed. Hmm, interesting. But y'all, please tell me what you think. But you know what? These folks did not need COVID or even a protest to go buck wild and buying these guns. We have seen this all throughout the years, you know. But y'all, please tell me what you think. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.